Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. David. I'm now in my 60s. After more than 30 years of working with patients over 50, I've realized something as age comes closer. Our sleep becomes as fragile as a thin sheet of paper. Have you ever tossed and turned until midnight or suddenly woken up at 2 or 3 in the morning and just couldn't fall back asleep? I believe many of us have experienced that feeling. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you one small favor. If you care about your health, especially your sleep after 50, please hit the like button and subscribe. And stay with me until the end of this video because I'll share a simple but powerful tip that could change the way you fall asleep every night. One of my patients, Susan, 68 years old, once told me she couldn't even remember the last time she slept straight through the night. She tried sleeping pills, but every morning she woke up with a heavy head, not feeling any better. And perhaps you know this too, sleeping pills are like a false door. They push us into a temporary sleep, but they never bring true restoration. In reality, after the age of 60, the body naturally produces less melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep. Our nervous system also becomes more sensitive to small noises, or even something as simple as mild hunger after dinner can wake us up. Our circadian rhythm, once so steady, slowly becomes disrupted. And so instead of sleeping to recharge, many people wake up in the morning feeling even more exhausted than they did the night before. English. But the good news is the body still has the ability to heal itself. We don't have to depend on medication forever. There are simple solutions from nature, and sometimes just a small handful of seeds before bed can send a gentle signal to the body. Everything is fine. It's time to rest. These familiar seeds don't just nourish the body, they awaken a deep biological memory within us. The memory of long, peaceful nights of sleep without dreams, without interruption. Can you imagine waking up one morning with a clear mind, a refreshed body, and realizing you just had a full night of sleep without a single pill? That is completely possible, and it's a journey I'd love to begin with you today. You see, after many years of working with thousands of patients, I've realized that small changes often bring more lasting results than big dramatic ones. I don't believe in instant miracles, but I do believe in patience. Sleep is the same. It doesn't return because of a pill, but because of the steady signals we send to our body every single day. Let me share with you some seeds, simple gifts from nature that hold the power to awaken our body's memory of true restful sleep. Pumpkin seeds, the friend that resets your body clock. I want to begin with pumpkin seeds. One of my patients, Robert, 72 years old, often complained that he went to bed at 10 p.m., but didn't fall asleep until nearly 1 a.m., then woke up too early before the sun even rose. We tried many approaches from meditation to changing his diet. Finally, he began adding a small handful of pumpkin seeds to his dinner. What's special about pumpkin seeds is that they contain all four key nutrients the body needs to naturally produce melatonin, tryptophan, magnesium, zinc, and iron. None of these nutrients can work alone, but when they come together, the body remembers how to produce melatonin on schedule, just like it did in younger years. And you know what? After just a few weeks, Robert told me he was sleeping more in rhythm and waking up less often in the middle of the night. He said, "I feel like my body has finally started hearing its own familiar music again." Lotus seeds, the bridge into sleep. For many people, the challenge isn't staying asleep, it's getting there. Have you ever lain in bed with your eyes closed, but your mind just kept running in circles? One of my patients, Linda, told me she often replayed the events of the day, worrying about both what had already happened and what was yet to come. That's when I introduced her to lotus seeds. They've been used in traditional medicine for hundreds of years to calm the nerves. Two active compounds inside nephrine and nuciferine help quiet the areas of the brain that process anxiety, allowing the mind to drift into a dreamlike state. At first, Linda was skeptical, but after a few weeks of having lotus seed porridge in the evening, she called me laughing and said, "Doctor, last night I fell asleep without even realizing when. It felt amazing." Almonds, a warm hug for the nervous system. Almonds are different. They don't just contain magnesium and tryptophan, but also natural melatonin. But their real strength lies in their ability to regulate the autonomic nervous system, the part that controls heart rate, blood pressure, and even nighttime brain waves. A study in Iran showed that with just about 15 almonds a day, after a few weeks, older adults slept more deeply and woke up less often. I've seen this in real life too. When the body gets enough magnesium from almonds, it feels as if someone gently placed a hand on your shoulder and whispered, Relax, it's time to rest. Chia seeds, a small but powerful signal. If almonds are like a warm hug, chia seeds are more like a gentle reminder to be patient. Tiny, almost tasteless, yet packed with power thanks to a unique blend of omega-3s, magnesium, tryptophan, and soluble fiber. I once suggested chia seeds to a couple in their mid-60s who were both struggling with sleepless nights. They began drinking a glass of warm water with soaked chia seeds before bedtime. After a week, they told me, the surprise is that we wake up less during the night, and in the morning our minds feel lighter. That wasn't magic. It simply came from the body no longer suffering from nighttime blood sugar swings, which are often a hidden cause of sudden awakenings. Walnuts, a small light that rekindles melatonin. I often encourage my patients to eat walnuts. Why? Because they are one of the few nuts that naturally contain melatonin, the sleep hormone that declines after age 60. When you eat 5 nutrient 7 walnut halves before bed, you're giving your body a little signal of light, reminding it it's time to step into deep sleep. One study showed that after just 2 weeks of adding walnuts to their diet, older adults extended their deep sleep by 40 minutes each night. Think about it, 40 minutes of quality deep sleep is worth far more than several hours of restless tossing and turning. Flax seeds, balance from within. This is a tip that few people think of. Flax seeds, tiny like sesame seeds, contain omega-3s and lignans compounds that help balance hormones and calm nerve inflammation. Several of my menopausal patients have told me they sleep better when they add ground flax seeds to their evening yogurt, likely because their bodies get a gentle boost to produce serotonin, which then converts into melatonin. Sunflower seeds, a small joy in the evening. Finally, I want to mention sunflower seeds. Honestly, most people only think of them as a casual snack, but few realize they're rich in vitamin B6, magnesium, and tryptophan, a trio of nutrients that help produce melatonin. I often advise my patients to choose unsalted sunflower seeds and eat a small handful after dinner. One patient once joked, eating sunflower seeds at night not only helps me sleep better, but makes me feel young again, like the days when I sat on the porch with friends. Each seed touches the body in its own way. Pumpkin seeds reset your body clock. Lotus seeds calm emotions. Almonds and chia nourish the nerves. Walnuts bring back melatonin, while flax seeds and sunflower seeds add balance. You don't need much, just a spoonful, a simple nightly habit, and it may unlock the kind of sleep you thought was long gone. After the age of 50, our sleep begins to grow more fragile. Hormones decline, the nervous system becomes more sensitive, and sometimes even the slightest sound can wake us in the middle of the night. But that doesn't mean you have to rely on sleeping pills for the rest of your life. The body is smarter than we often give it credit for. With the right nourishment at the right time, it can gradually remember the natural signals of sleep, just like when we were younger. And the seeds I just shared with you can be one of those small keys. You don't need to try them all at once. Start gently, pick one or two, and be patient for a few nights. Who knows, one morning you may wake up surprised with a clearer mind, a lighter body, and a truly peaceful smile. You know, sleep isn't just about closing your eyes and waiting for the sunrise. It is the most precious gift our body gives us to heal, to restore, to allow our heart and mind to keep journeying with life. After the age of 50, we may need to learn to take better care of that gift. But trust me, with patience and by listening to your body, you'll see that the miracle is still within reach. If something you heard today made you reflect, I'd love for you to leave a comment below. Share your experience. What do you usually do for a good night's sleep? Is there a seed you've tried that worked for you? I truly want to hear those stories. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because every week I'll be back here with you exploring more natural, scientific, and safe ways to help us live healthy and peaceful through the years. Remember, a restful night's sleep is the beginning of a joyful day. I'm Dr. David, and I'll see you in the next video.